Welcome, folks. We're doing a trailer trashed. Trailer trashed. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. We're talking about movie trailers.
Let's go.
The coming attractions.
The new, the fresh, hot off the press.
Cut, print, perfect.
Cut, print.
We're doing it. So we've got a slate, 6 or 7 trailers to talk about in this episode of Trailer Trashed. Let's start Knock at the Cabin.
Yes.
The new film from M. Night Shyamalan.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It looks interesting to me, honestly. I'm a big Dave Bautista fan.
Okay.
I love the roles he takes and the characters he takes, even disregarding all the Marvel stuff. Like, I love him in Blade Runner. I love him in Dune. He always can. He can be an interesting character for roles. I'm excited. I will watch this movie just for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was he in? I'm assuming you mean Blade Runner 2049.
Yes, 2049.
I need to rewatch that. Much as I love that movie, I don't remember much about it. It's not.
He's not in it for very long. It's
Okay.
like right at the beginning of the movie.
Same thing with Dune. He's not much of a player.
Yeah, I love when he's an interesting. He always plays like. Even the roles, and I was like I mentioned in our last episode, the voices that he like actors can use.
Uh-huh.
He had an interesting voice for this character,
Okay.
and I'm excited to see what he does with it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. My inclination is to not see it because because of Shyamalan is just worthless.
Of course.
Worthless to me.
Well, yes, of course.
And I don't know. It's a couple and their child go vacationing in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
A group of strangers break down the door, tie up the couple, 2 men.
Mm-hmm.
That's not important. That's totally fine. Tie up the two dads and say something like, "We're trying to stop the apocalypse. You have to make a choice."
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's sort of cult.
Yeah, it's the first trailer. Who knows what it means or who knows where it's going, but I don't know. It just seems like nonsense. And it also doesn't seem like the trailer's setting up to be like those people are the bad guys, but whatever. They clearly think they're the good guy, and whatever Shyamalan thinks he's going to do to make that look clever, I'm sure is going to be dog shit. So, I don't know. I've got no faith in it. Andipurush.
Ah, yes.
Coming out in January. Seems to be a big budget film from our friends over in India.
Yes, thank you.
I do not know whether this is a because there wasn't subtitled, and I couldn't recognize the language being spoken.
Yep, we had no idea what they were saying.
I don't know if it's Tollywood or Bollywood or perhaps a different film culture or community that I'm unfamiliar with in India, so I can't tell. It bills itself as the classic Indian story of good and evil, so it seems like it's some sort of folk tale from those folks.
That's what it seems like, yeah.
Big budget, intense action film from India. We know
CGI monsters all over the place.
Yeah, CGI doesn't look great in the trailers.
Does not look good.
Which I'm not a huge. I don't worry about too much. Sometimes it looks bad. This looks just kind of cartoonish. But
this is a green screen movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. It's a big budget, Indian epic. I'm obviously, on the record as saying RRR is one of the best movies I've ever seen. And so I need to try more.
It's a high bar.
Yeah, I need to try more Indian cinema. I've certainly had a bunch recommended to me, recommended to us.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks like it's a upcoming popular release, which is always intriguing to me. I don't know what it's about, but it seems to be some sort of Indian folktale of good powers versus evil powers. I don't know. CGI looks a little weird. It's obviously very fantastical.
Yep, which we like.
Yeah, I don't mind sometimes. It's okay, but
Maybe hopefully they'll give us a subtitled version.
yeah,
I'd watch it.
We'll have to see how it comes out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would give that a shot. Certainly more than the Shyamalan, cabin horror movie he's trying to do. Speaking of horror movies, let's talk about the new Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
Available only on Hulu.
A light comedy from hell.
Have you ever seen the original Hellraiser?
I haven't. I've seen
Me
clips
neither.
of it. It's a little too gross for me.
I've never seen it.
I'm not really interested in it.
I just know the Pinhead
looks-
character,
Yeah.
and I know the term Hellraiser box, and I know that's a funny reference.
Mm-hmm.
It turns you into the Pinhead, I guess. I'm not really sure what's going on. Watching this trailer,
Looks kind of cool.
yeah, I don't know. I was watching it being like, I mean, it's obviously modernly done and it looks good, but I'm looking at it going like, I don't know, this kind of means nothing to me.
Yeah, maybe because you don't know about them.
Yeah, I don't know enough,
movie.
but even just watching this trailer, it didn't really excite me to see it. Maybe because Hellraiser is a classic horror film. Maybe I'll watch that, and maybe that'll inspire me to watch this, or maybe the second trailer that comes out for the Hulu Hellraiser, maybe that'll spark something in me more significant.
I mean, there's no way I'm going to watch it. Not because it even doesn't look cool. I just don't like gross things for the reason of them being gross. I feel like Hellraiser was one of those movies that were like, we're going to freak the fuck out of people just for that, and I just can't do that.
That's the thing is, this one didn't seem like it was gross for grossness sake.
There's got to be moments.
Possibly.
Yeah.
The original one, again, they don't really do that kind of like gratuitous gore and gratuitous type of stuff anymore. Everybody's trying to be more artistic, in which, in as many quotes as you can possibly fit around that word. So I just don't see, like, it's the same thing with like camp. People aren't really just going for it.
Yeah.
Except in comedy or in a very specific context. Like our next film we're going to talk about, which is Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
That it looks very funny.
This is the only one on this list that I am 100% going to see.
I would say,
absolutely,
as a biopic, this looks actually funny and it looks campy on purpose.
Yeah,
and I like that a lot.
Yeah, they
it's not like a serious thing,
right? Well, it's funny. They're billing it as like the real Al Yankovic story, but it's obviously and completely not.
Doctored for the better.
Well, it's just Weird Al Yankovic wouldn't. Weird Al is funny first, and I don't even mean that as in like, even if I loved him as a kid. As an adult, I don't think it's that funny anymore. But you're not supposed to as an adult. He's for kids, really. Changing the words of songs to something silly is not like. But when I say funny first, I mean the most important thing to him. The first priority is to try to be funny.
Yep.
Which means priority number one is not how do I tell my story.
Yeah.
Priority number one is let's be funny.
And
then the story is secondary. As far as like his whether it's real life, this is how it went down. That's what I respect.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it looks very, very funny. Daniel Radcliffe, who obviously famous for Harry Potter. I've never really seen any of those movies.
He was in Harry Potter?
I saw the first one.
Oh, okay.
And I hated it, and I didn't watch any of the rest.
Yeah, Harry Potter sucks.
So I've never seen him in anything else, I don't think. But he looks...
Swiss Army Man?
I haven't seen that.
Pretty good. Paul Dano.
Yeah, I know it's the Daniels that did that. So I'll check that out because Everything Everywhere All at Once was very good, and that's the same director from Swiss Army Man, same directing team. But I've never seen Daniel Radcliffe in anything else. I didn't see the movie with him and Channing Tatum and Miss Congeniality, Sandra Bullock. I didn't see their film from earlier this year because that looked, like a comedy. It looked like a silly comedy, but not that good. But anyway, he looks great in this film. I think the Weird Al Yankovic story, available only on Roku, is going to be interesting.
What does that mean?
So Roku, the streaming
Box?
device. Yeah, Roku box, or they even make full TVs with like Roku smart TVs.
Okay.
Roku has their own like channel.
Okay.
And that's where this movie's coming out.
All right.
So I've been seeing this girl, and I'm gonna watch. She has Roku TV.
Great.
And that's how I'm gonna watch this movie.
Cool.
Hopefully
Perfect.
it works out until then.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because otherwise I can't. Otherwise I've got no recourse.
I need to buy a new TV soon. It might just have to be a Roku TV.
Don't do that.
I don't care what TV I get.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't have any other way to watch this movie. I don't think.
Is it an app like on a smart TV you can get, or?
Has
to be.
I legitimately don't know.
Okay, well we'll figure it out.
Because I know you can buy like a Roku thing that plugs into your HDMI.
Yeah.
And they also Roku makes like TVs where they are the built-in service. Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother had one of those for a long time before he got a TV like mine. But anyway, yeah, other than that, I don't, so you just have to have somebody with a Roku thing.
Perfect.
Amsterdam.
Yes. I think it looks interesting and quirky.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
I like Christian Bale. I like that I love good actors that do interesting characters that they've never done before. So that immediately stood out to me. I like Christian Bale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. So Amsterdam is the new David O. Russell movie. David O. Russell seems like he sucks.
What else has he done?
He Silver Linings Playbook.
That's a good movie.
It can't be.
It's good.
I won't watch it.
Okay.
It looks like it. It looks fucking terrible. And then he did another movie,
American Hustle. I think I saw that in the credits for Amsterdam.
American Hustle. I also haven't seen. That looks okay, but I don't think he did another one after Silver Linings Playbook that was also with that girl Jennifer Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He just seems like, I've seen him in interviews and stuff, and he seems like a lame wad. He seems like he sucks.
Yeah.
I think he got mildly Me Too'd, and some people hate him. But I don't know. He just seems, and also the thing I like the least is big. It's never good. Is a big budget movie with like 40 famous actors.
Yeah.
Like we got
everybody.
We got everybody to be in this movie. There's so many famous actors in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's never good.
Yeah.
It's never good. Except
What's
for
an example? I'm trying to think.
I don't know. The Expendables, but that was like the point.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is another example of that?
I mean, there's probably a bunch, just depending on how many like big actors you need. But what about The Irishman?
So, well, first of all, that wasn't like, Irishman is great.
Yeah,
Irishman is an incredible movie, but that wasn't like
a few big actors.
It had a ton of. I mean, it had several big actors that got together actors that had never been on screen before, like Pesci and Pacino.
Yeah, they had never been on screen together.
No.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, Pesci and De Niro had done movies, and then Michael Mann got De Niro and Pacino on screen together for Heat in 1996, which is a very good movie. But Pesci had already been like retired by that, by like the 2000s or whatever. So him and Pacino never did anything. Pacino and De Niro never really did anything on screen together outside of Heat. Obviously, they were in Godfather 2 together, but they didn't interact. One was a flashback character and the other one was present day.
Yeah.
That's why Heat was such like a monumental thing. And Heat could have been terrible, and the only thing it have going for it was getting those two actors on screen. But no, Heat's very good. Honestly, the worst part of the movie, I think, is the scene where Pacino and De Niro like sit down at the diner together and have like this, and have the
an actor off.
Yeah, they have the one's a criminal, one's a cop, and they have the off the books confrontation.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's okay, but it's not a great scene. All the Val Kilmer stuff in that movie is way better. Shout out Heat. Shout out the book Heat 2, which came out recently, which looks stupid, but I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I could think of another example of a movie with like just a ton.
I mean, that's probably why you can't, because they suck.
Yeah, that's the thing is that's why I can't, because they're all pretty bad like that.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna fully get anything out of any of them because it's too much small stuff. Let's see, Vesper.
It looks cool. I love a cool, interesting new world. I'm a sucker for that, for sure.
And you like sci-fi type stuff?
Sci-fi stuff looks cool.
Little girl, robot best friend. The world is over. It seems like
sold.
It's Earth.
I'm sold on the world. It looks interesting as hell.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Vesper.
I don't know what it's about.
I don't know what it's about either.
Yeah, but it looks cool.
She's followed around by a robot. It's like post-apocalyptic. So many things are post-apocalyptic. But there's robots everywhere flying through the air.
There's an enemy probably.
Yeah, they seem like they're patrolling something. I have a feeling it might be humans versus robots, and she might have like
a friendly one.
One of the good ones.
One a cool guy.
There's an old man that cares about plants and all that kind of stuff. Offering her
that's always good.
Offering her sage advice.
Love that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sage and advice.
Yeah, offering her sage advice and some sage advice. While he tends to the garden.
And that's just one of the things I bring to the table here on this podcast.
Yeah, so who knows what that's going to be about. Let's do Triangle of Sadness.
Yes, Woody Harrelson is in this movie.
The wealthy
and a bunch of other people.
The wealthy get onto a yacht. It's a yacht, but it's like a luxury cruise.
It's top wealth on a cruise.
Yeah,
and shit goes fucking nutty on.
Well,
them.
not top wealth, because top wealth buys their own
yacht.
They buy their own yacht and do it. This is like the 2%ers. So they're not buying their own super yachts. They're going on a luxury cruise. So it's not Carnival. You're not, you're not ziplining anywhere. You're not waiting in line at a buffet.
0 kids.
Yeah. It's but it maybe 40 people on this boat in total. 5 families and then all the crew. Looks like something like that.
Yeah.
Fancy dinners. It paid for by seems. I can't even really tell who our main character is.
Yeah, it's true.
The trailer
doesn't really point that out.
The trailer does a bad job, and the trailer. Here's what I can tell immediately from this trailer, and the trailer is setting up the main boy, the young man who is like a model. Mm-hmm. He gets his first big modeling gig, ton of money, and he's taking his girlfriend and her family out on this luxury cruise.
Yes.
That's what they're setting him up as, like, the main character. The trailer focuses too much on the modeling. I have a feeling that is an insignificant part of the story.
Maybe it's a misdirection from the trailer.
Well, no, I think the trailer is trying to advertise this movie as sexy. That's the thing, is trailer people, they want the movie to be sexy and appealing. So they're going to take 10 seconds of modeling content from this movie. They're going to put
Don't worry, there's hot people in
They're going to put 8 seconds of it in the trailer. 80% of the modeling content in this entire movie is in this trailer.
Yeah.
So you're going to think it's a sexy thing when it's really just, I'm guaranteed, mark my words, folks, come back after you watch this movie, come back to Trailer Trash 5, whatever this is, and check that out, and you'll see that modeling thing is just the first few minutes,
and then
that's
over.
Just where he gets a little bit of money. We introduce us to this character. He pays for this, and then I think he's probably relegated to unimportant the rest of the way. Mm-hmm. It seems like the girlfriend's father, fat Russian guy with weird hair, interesting accent. Him and Woody Harrelson seem like the two main characters.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all just the general hijinks on the boat. I don't know. It seems mildly funny.
Yeah, I think it could be funny.
I don't know. I think
it could be good. I might watch it.
It's out by Neon. Neon is another film production company similar to A24, where they're putting out high art.
Okay.
And I'm I'm really getting the feeling that it's gonna be bad. I get the feeling that they're trying to be they're not gonna put out a comedy. And that's the thing, is nobody wants to put out a funny comedy anymore. Everybody thinks it's better to be smart, and I'm telling you right now, it's not better to be smart. It's better to be funny.
Yeah,
funny first. Thank you, Weird Al Yankovic, for
doing something
for
just
having
funny,
fucking principles, and just caring about that more.
Funny is smarter.
Yeah. So they're trying to be smart, and I bet you there's going to be a few chuckles, and there's going to be some like, savvy political commentary or whatever kind of nonsense, but it's going to be just, and the crowd goes mild. You're going to walk out of this having chuckled a few times at some kind of smart jokes. I don't know. I'm predicting it's going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then last one on the list, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, this movie looks very intriguing to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to mean anything or do anything, but the trailer is intriguing.
It is, and it's from the same director and the same exact cast. I when I first started watching this trailer, I thought it was a sequel to the beloved
In Bruges
comedy In Bruges. Comedy caper, comedy, like dark comedy, I guess we can call it.
Love a dark comedy.
Have you ever seen In Bruges?
No, I'd love to see it.
I've seen it.
I love Colin Farrell.
Farrell.
Yeah, he's great.
People talked about In Bruges. It was it was a highly talked about movie a decade ago. I watched it eventually. I did like it. It's pretty funny, interesting. It's definitely kind of Coen Brothers-y.
Okay, cool.
It's not as funny as a Coen Brothers, and I don't think the mystery violence part is as well done as any Coen Brothers stuff.
Yeah.
But in Bruges is definitely like Coen Brothers-esque, and I guess so is this one. A little bit of comedy. This is like one of the Coen Brothers, more relationship type stuff. This is not a Coen Brothers film, obviously, but it's by a director, Donegan or whatever, some Irishman.
Okay.
Who is also, who I'm clearly can tell he's heavily influenced by Coen Brothers. I mean, it's very, very obvious to me. Which is great. Good.
Yeah.
More people should be. I'm not bothered by the attempt. I might go see this movie. In Bruges was very good. This is the same Colin Farrell and then the other guy whose name I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not familiar off the top of my head, but
both Irish. This takes place in some small town in Ireland.
Irish actors.
Yeah,
all in an Irish town.
All Irish.
Yeah,
they're in a Irish seaside town. It was like a period piece. Looks like the 40s or something. They're still riding horses, and it's just what's weird. It's about an adult male friendship that like falls apart
for apparently no reason.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a reason that's what the movie's for.
One of the men, it's two best friends. One of the men decides he doesn't want to be friends with his best friend anymore, and the entire town is like a buzz.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Sleepy. That's a very funny premise to me.
It is.
Yeah, that to me is very funny. And like when you can make a whole movie about something as just simple as that, I think that's kind of smart to me.
It's very smart. It's great, and it seems
one guy doesn't want to talk to the other guy anymore. Yeah, that's a funny thing.
And they're like, these are the best friends. How can these guys not be friends? And then everybody's like, what happened between you and so and so?
He's like, I don't know.
I don't want to talk about it. One guy doesn't know. The other one doesn't want to talk about it, or doesn't really have a reason. But the fact is, there's
madness.
There's no story. There's no story, which is great because it means they're going to focus on characters, and these two actors are good enough to where I have faith. If I'm seeing Colin Farrell and this other guy, I wish I knew his name, the other guy from In Bruges, literally the two stars. These are two guys that have worked together. They have great chemistry together, and then they're both successful enough to like. They don't need this money. They don't need this money for this film that costs $4,600 to film. So they're doing it because I'm assuming because they have some character that they want to get into that they think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to see. I want to see a little story about two friends that aren't friends anymore, and one of them doesn't know why, and the town doesn't know why. And it looks funny. It looks interesting. Yeah. So of all the ones we've talked about, the two that I think I'm almost certainly going to see.
Yeah.
Number one, Weird, the Al Yankovic story. 100% going to see that. As much as I'm going to put aside my hatred of Rainn Wilson, and watch that movie. And then the Banshees of Inisherin.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two that I'm like going to see. The rest of it, somebody might inspire me to watch Hellraiser. That could be done.
Yeah.
And then because I have a film podcast, I might go see Amsterdam if I think it'll get me some YouTube hits.
Yeah.
But I won't do it if you see me watching Amsterdam, it's because I'm desperate for I think it'll get me YouTube hits.
You sold out.
Yeah, I'll be selling out. I won't watch it for myself. Vesper, I almost can't imagine seeing that. And then Knock at the Cabin, absolutely not. M. Night Shyamalan has to knock on my front door in order for me to, personally, in order for me to watch.
He has
this
to knock
movie.
on your cabin door.
Yeah, if I don't hear a knock, from fucking M. Night Shyamalan personally, telling if he delivers me a Blu-ray that I can watch here at my house, I'll maybe watch that movie. But
I think he might. We're the top
he
podcast.
Should. Yeah, that's true. I am the top film podcast in the world.
If you want more ticket sales, you'll send us the movie, bud.
Yeah.
Or you'll fly us to a private screening.
When do I get
really treat us?
When do I just want to get famous enough to where I get screener copies, like
absolutely. I think that's going to happen.
Film
very
critics.
Soon.
I'm the best film critic there is.
That's true.
Send me screeners. Yeah, 14,000 people watched us talk about RRR.
Yep.
So
you think none of those people watched that movie because of us?
Yeah, of course they did.
We created the best forum about that movie in our comment section.
Yeah, I'm iconic. All right, if you maybe you don't think so, but don't forget how important I am in India.
Yeah, put some trailers in the comments we should review.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You let us know what trailers we missed. Link to some more stuff, and then start a discussion in the comments. Start talking about trailers. Tell me if you think I'm dumb. Point out again. We watched one trailer each. There might be a second or third trailer out that we didn't see.
Yep.
So if you think I'm wrong about one of these, link to a different trailer. Like this one actually shows.
If we accidentally watched trailers from 2 years ago, tell us.
Yeah. If this movie's been out for 10 years.
Current.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing is I have no idea. I think these are all movies that are going to be coming out.
Or probably haven't come out. Yeah.
Yeah. These movies they've all been canceled.
They're like just concept trailers.
Yeah.
They're not even real movies.
Yeah, they're fan trailers. They're just fan edits.
What if this movie existed?
They're fan edits of other movies. I just can't tell because that's how little I understand about the movie industry. Anyway, do all that kind of stuff. Comment, share. Let us know. Let us know what you're thinking. Jimmy D, tell the folks about yourself.
I am a musician. I am a podcaster. Sleepy Cowboy TX on Instagram, Bad Thrillers TX on Instagram, and Danger JRPR for our comedy podcasts that I do with some friends. The third season is coming out very soon, and it's very funny. My friends are hilarious. Please listen to it and give us some follows.
Very cool. Danger Junior PR. As always, I'm your host, at Nick Tazo Drums on Instagram, at Nick Tazo on Twitter. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Go follow at Let's Get Trashed Pod and at Get Trashed Pod on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Find the podcast, share it, check it out. And, thanks, everybody. Let me know what you think. Appreciate it. Let's get trashed.